Our mission is to identify possibilities where others do not, empower individuals to reach their full potential, and together contribute to an advancing world. I'm Beth.
I'm Linda.
I'm Milan.
And I'm Kiva.
And together we are Enactus Royal Holloway. People have been at the heart of entrepreneurial action since our journey began. We've increased diversity in our team through identifying skill shortages and targeting departments accordingly. In total, we've reached our team goal, sustaining 54 active members this year through 8 lecture shoutouts and increased awareness on campus. We continue to achieve fundraising over £1,000, collaborating with 17 business partners and advisors, and launching promotional material on our new YouTube channel with the support of other societies at Royal Holloway. Our project portfolio consists of 4 projects: Asempa, Royal Bikes, Uplift, and EFUG. Today we will be presenting 2 of our local projects. To begin, here's Uplift, a project which was founded just a few months ago in October 2019 and has shown great proactiveness since. Here's Uplift.
Social isolation among the elderly. In the UK, 1.2 million elderly report to feeling lonely, which can lead to them having a variety of physical and mental conditions, from heart disease to anxiety and depression.
After the Enactus training weekend last year in October, I was inspired to think of new project ideas, and whilst brainstorming different problems we could solve, I received a message from my grandma, wishing me a great day. This got me thinking about my grandparents, who were happily retired in a small village in India, where they are surrounded by family and friends. On the other hand, many elderly people don't have the luxury. On the other hand, here in the UK, many elderly people don't have the luxury of being surrounded by family and friends, and this can lead to feeling isolated and lonely. 500,000 people over the age of 60 usually spend 5 or 6 days a week alone, with no interaction with others. Our solution? Children. Kids and teenagers aged 8 to 18 spend an average of more than 7 hours a day looking at screens, which can lead to a generational disconnect between children and the elderly. This is where the creation of Uplift was born. Project Uplift aims to tackle social isolation among the elderly and the generational disconnect issue by bringing together children, university volunteers, and elderly people.
We have partnered up with Melwood, a local care home in Virginia Waters, to carry out market research while still having impact with the elderly through spending time with the residents over tea. Our aim is to run a 10-week program every year with the goal to bring children from local schools to Melwood to carry out different activities from playing board games to singing. Our team is now currently at 8 members, all of which are active volunteers.
From spending time in the residence for weekly 1.5-hour sessions, we became more familiar with them, and whilst doing so, we listened and got to learn about their fantastic lives. From Beryl, teaching Prince Andrew when he was very young. Beryl gets invited to Royal Ascot every year to watch the races with the Queen. To John, who grew up during the Second World War. John and his friends will search for shrapnel from bombs that have been dropped near them.
After reaching out to local schools, the feedback was overall positive, but a key concern of the project was the safeguarding. From this, we established that we need to get DVS certificates for our volunteers. We predict 5 volunteers would be suitable at this scale of activity, which will cost the project £200 that we would aim to cover through sponsorship and fundraising before September 2020.
Our commitment to this project is long-term. In the near future, we look to get a school on board with the project. The advice we received from our university advisor was to target secondary school children due to the lower risk, and working with the children on the Duke of Edinburgh programme is a possible route we could go. This would give us the necessary experience to work with younger children further down the line. We hope that the children that will be a part of the programme will seek opportunities working with the elderly further down the line and embody the values of our volunteers.
Next, I introduce to you EFUG, a project that has demonstrated continuous growth since October 2017. Here's EFUG.
Every day, all over the world, human beings are making one of the most difficult decisions of their lives, to leave everything they know behind in search of a safer, better future. This could be because they're in search for employment or education, but more often than not, it is out of their control and they are forced to leave their families and loved ones. However, many feel targeted due to their ethnicity, sexuality, religion, or political opinions. Following this, some people end up feeling isolated in their new communities because they have lost the vital support networks that most of us take for granted.
So what were the needs we identified?
Many of the beneficiaries that we work with were unable to access vital services due to the difficulty they have communicating, using basic technology, and understanding the employment process, as well as cultural differences.
So what was our solution?
Our solution was E-F-U-G. Our mission was to develop a short-term curriculum for employability skills. Our curriculum will cover lessons on CVs, job applications, and navigating the internet. We would also offer them a platform to meet other refugees and members of the local community. This will equip our beneficiaries with the skill set and confidence to seek employment independently, as well as helping them integrate more into their local community and life in the UK. E-F-U-G consists of 10 core members and 7 additional volunteers, split into specialised departments that help us ensure week-to-week progression. We have streamlined our process by running our workshops weekly for 2 hours rather than bi-weekly for 1 hour. This means more beneficiaries get one-to-one support.
In Slough, 38,000 carry the refugee label. Apart from being a well-known centre of diversity, Slough has welcomed 20,000 refugees in just past few years. To support our project, we partnered up with Slough Borough Council and Slough Refugee Support, also known as SRS. SRS is a centre that offers education, advice and support for refugees in Slough. This enables us to personally connect with the refugees.
This year, we continue to identify the needs of our beneficiaries in order to measure the impact of our workshops. By using our innovative workshop report form, we were able to complete the needs assessments for our first workshops in January for the 10 beneficiaries. By measuring what has been achieved, what needs to be improved, and suggestions for the following week, it has allowed us to assess where we could have the most impact, as well as allowing us to measure our results. Based on the success of last year's workshops, we are thrilled to say that the number of beneficiaries who attended our first workshop has increased from 5 to 10.
We held 7 fundraising events this year. Our target was to raise £1,000 by May. Last year, we raised £71 from our fundraising events. This year, we are proud to say that with our commitment and dedication, we have exceeded our predicted target of £1,000 by raising £1,012, 2 months ahead of schedule, from our innovative ideas. These included selling glow sticks at our own student union, selling roses for Valentine's Day, and receiving donations at Royal Holloway's Christmas market. This was successful, as £1,012 was raised as opposed to £71 last year. We struggled with cash only, so to access this wider market, a sum-up machine was purchased. We have partnered with 5 local businesses for our upcoming fundraiser, a raffle with little to no expense.
To give you an idea into the needs of our beneficiaries, we would like to tell you a few stories of some people we work with. Remy. Remy left school in Albania at 13 and came to the UK in 2015. She is primarily concerned with her lack of employability and her English skills. Her dream is to work in the catering business. E-F-U-G has been able to provide her with the assistance with her cover letter, CV, and some English lessons. E-F-U-G assisted her in setting up an email so she could contact employers. Raz. Raz was a PhD student in Tehran and regularly gave lectures to more than 300 students. Due to the religious conflict, she was forced to leave her own country behind. She struggles communicating in English. As a result, she is no longer able to work. Through the E-F-U-G workshops, we have helped her craft a CV and worked on her conversational English. We have provided her with information that could help her apply her level of education to the UK needs, as well as improving her confidence. Yamina. Yamina was a nurse back in Algiers. E-F-U-G has helped her write a cover letter and improved her CV. We have assisted her in applications to work for the NHS and helped her conversational English by encouraging her to use English language learning apps such as Duolingo. Thanks to the hard work and dedication given in the workshops by EPG, Yamina has now achieved a voluntary place as a care assistant in a hospital.
Our future goals are to continue running these weekly workshops with our beneficiaries and to progress their skills and confidence to a level of gaining stable employment, as well as helping them feel more integrated into society. Our 12-month goal is to enable the refugees to gain qualifications through online courses to eventually gain employment. We aspire to become financially independent through using the money we raised over our numerous fundraisers and to become a sustainable project.
The overall Enactus experience will always be with us as professionals and people in the future. Our mission is to identify possibilities where others do not, empower individuals to reach their full potential, and together contribute to an advancing world. We put our heart into what we do. We are Enactus Royal Holloway.